On my show, you don't have to be a star, but you better be bold. Yeah. Good evening to you and yours. And of course, you got your girl Brown on Cleveland, Kimberly F. Brown inside the Little Hut podcast. And of course, it's 10 p.m. And of course, we have an epic show, something that you don't want to miss. And we're talking about what? Election 2024. But before I do that, I always got to give a shout out to my sponsors because, hey, they help me what? Pay some bills. So listen, if you're looking for a single home commercial property new development, I want you to call my favorite realtor. Her name is Aletha Johnson of Dream Team Realty. Her number is 216-375-3681. Okay, that's Aletha Johnson. Then, if you're looking for t-shirts, hoodies, jackets, tumblers, cups, mugs, team uniforms, or even political campaign shirts, reach out to Angie Marie. She's located over in Maple Heights at 216-395-7335. And that's Angie of New Beginning Creations 1111. And then, of course, my favorite community, well, not really, Garfield Heights Concerned Citizens. They always sponsor the Little Hut podcast. Darn right. Yeah. So listen, today I have Mayor Trevor Elkins hanging out with me today, and I call him the comeback kid. Good evening, Mayor. Hello,
Good
Mayor.
evening. Glad to be here. Hi.
you guys.
No way. There we go.
Okay, this is gonna be so funny.
How are you?
Good. I'm excellent. If you guys know Mayor Elkins, you know that he loves to talk. So I don't know why he's, acting all shy today inside the hut. So what's going on, Mayor? How you doing?
I'm just worried. I'm worried about the questions you're going to throw at me.
No. Strictly election 2024. This is where we are now, being 100% serious. I know that a lot of people have already voted, but then you got people like me who's still on the fence. I don't know if I'm going to go left, if I'm going to right, but I'm going to go, right? So let's start this thing off. Let's talk about the presidential election. Let's talk about Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. What are your views on election 2024 when it comes to the presidential election? Brown on Cleveland.
Yeah. So, I'll get it off. I've already publicly endorsed and am supporting Vice President Harris and Governor Walz. I think people should vote for them. The irony of this election is that Donald Trump's slogan is "Make America Great Again." And when people refer to that, I think they're looking back to 1970, 1975, when we had the lowest rate of income inequality in this country. Most people had a reasonable opportunity to make a standard of living to take care of their families. So the irony is his slogan matches the policies that Harris believes in and the Democratic Party believe in. It's a real irony, I guess, because the policies of the Republican Party and Donald Trump don't match making America great again. That's when people remember America being great, when you could take or maybe one income and a little part-time gig. Those days are gone because of the policies created by Trump and his cronies. So Harris is trying to get us back to things like the GI Bill, that and policies where the tax burden fell mostly on those capable of paying it rather than the working people of this country. So that's why I'm with Harris Walz. And I love Walz simply because he reminds me of my man, Bernie Sanders. So
Okay. Well, let
that's
me
where I
ask
am.
you this. Okay, people, I guess some people are questioning why Vice President Kamala Harris did not institute some of these same ideas that she's talking about now.
Well, she's not the president. And
Okay.
anybody that knows anything about how the White House works is it's the president's show.
Okay.
The policies that get pushed are those of the president. The vice president is simply there to be in waiting, just like Harris is right now. She's not making the policy decisions. So that's why she didn't implement them. What we do know is this:
Okay.
Donald Trump was the president. He was the man. And all the stuff he's talking about doing right now, he had 4 years to do it, and he did none of it. None of it. He blew the deficit sky high, highest in the
Hmm.
country ever in history. The debt we're paying today and we'll be paying for the next 30 years is Donald Trump's payoff to his rich friends. That's why
Brown
Harris
on
didn't do
Cleveland.
the things he
Okay. Okay. Well, that was a question that a lot of Americans are asking, and they're looking for someone who can actually explain it the way you have. So maybe you should have been a surrogate on the Harris and Walz campaign. I'm just saying. Let's talk about the Ohio
it,
Supreme Court judicial race. Now, Ohio is red. Ohio is red. The last election, you had Jennifer Bruner challenge Sharon Kennedy. Sharon Kennedy won. She didn't win Cuyahoga County, but she won across the state. Now you have three Dems who are fighting for that seat. Do you think that they have something to worry about during this election? Brown on Cleveland, speaking with Mayor Trevor Elkins in the hot seat.
um I'm nervous about our chance, the Democratic Party candidate chances for the Supreme Court, Ohio Supreme Court. Every one of them is an excellent, well qualified jurist. They know what they're talking about. They've got experience. But Ohio, as you mentioned, is red, and it's growing redder. So unless big turnouts from places like Cleveland, Akron, Toledo, you know, the the the, the major urban centers that have strong Democratic bases, we're going to struggle. I hope we do. Uh, I know who I voted for,
Okay, you've already
but
voted.
it's going to be.
Okay, all right, all right. The other thing that people
I
are
don't know how much
talking
that you
about,
thought.
yeah, the other thing that people are talking about is this Ohio issue regarding gerrymandering. And people are saying that the words on the ballot, that the words are confusing. So where some people want to vote yes, they're actually voting no, and vice versa. Whose fault is that? And what is this thing about gerrymandering that we need to see or that people need to see in order to have fair elections? Brown on Cleveland.
So you want to vote yes on issue one, period. Gerrymander, this is the most important issue on the ballot in Ohio, not the presidential race, not that the Supreme Court races aren't important. This is the long term most important change we can make this year in Ohio. And the reason is it'd be like, to try and explain it, it's basically let me I have a job, and I'm going to tell you what my job is, and then I'm going to tell you how much I'm going to make, and I don't care how you vote, it's not going to matter. That's what gerrymandering is. These districts have been drawn in such a way that it is virtually impossible for the incumbent candidate to lose. That's not democracy. The idea is that there's some competition to force the candidates to care about issues that everyday working people care about, not this fringe crazy stuff. That's why that's so important. Fair taxes, good schools, roads that get paved, stuff like that.
I see. Are there any other issues on the ballot that we need to be concerned about as voters that you see is important that we're not talking about, Brown or Cleveland?
Yeah, I mean, there's a local issue on the ballot in Cuyahoga County for the arts and culture. I think it's a tax on cigarettes or an increase on the tax on cigarettes. I think it's an important issue. It provides, it, it's art. The arts and cultures are often overlooked for their value in society. I'm a big supporter of it. I believe it's issue 55. So I would urge folks to vote locally for that in Cuyahoga County on that issue.
All right. Well, very good. Thank you, Mayor, for giving us your 2 cents to a lot of this nonsense. So, in 90 seconds, tell people who are on the fence why it is important for them to go out and vote early, because they have up until tomorrow, right, to vote early. And then November 5th,
That's right.
we know that's the days at the polls, and that's the day that I'm going because I love the excitement and I have a lot of news stories to cover. So in 90 seconds, Mayor, give us your best shot. Thank you.
It's simple. If you want to make America great again, vote Democrat, vote Harris Walz, because those policies are about restoring the balance in our economic structure to give everyday people, the vast majority of us, real opportunity for success in life. That's it. Vote Harris
Very
Walz.
good. Okay, there you go. Mayor Elkins, before I let you go, is there anything going on in the village of Newburgh Heights that we need to be concerned about? Anything going on? Anything exciting?
No, nothing to be concerned about. We've got some economic opportunities coming up, some development where we just put in a bike lane. I mean, we're doing some great stuff here, but it's just in the infancy stages. I'll keep you posted.
Please do, because of course I want to cover those stories, right? Absolutely. So listen,
You got it.
you guys have been inside the Little Hut podcast. Of course, my special guest, of course, was Mayor Trevor Elkins of the village of Newburgh Heights. And of course, he is my personal comeback. Knock him out. There you are. You guys know what I say each and every time I'm on the podcast. I know you don't like me, and I'm okay with it because 9 times out of 10, I don't like you either. But if you need me, call me, reach out to me, but you better not talk about me. Why? Because I'll talk about you back. Say goodbye, Mayor. Say
Have a
goodbye.
good one. See you Tuesday.
You don't have to be a star. Not at all. You don't have to be a star to be on my show, but damn it, you better be bold. Brown on Cleveland inside the Little Hut Podcast.